This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to WCFL DolFans Talk. It's game day. I hope everyone's doing good. I hope everyone's having a good day out there, a good weekend. Some amazing football games yesterday on college. Meanwhile, let's go ahead and bring on my co-host, Mr. Johnny O, the Bearded Wonder.
What's up, Papa Paul? How are you, brother?
I'm above ground and upright. That's all that matters.
Best place to be.
Yeah, you know it. How are you doing today?
Can't complain. I had breakfast, did a little shopping, got to stop at my son's and pick up the dogs to take them to our house, and so I'm still in the car.
Well, I could see that, my brother. So it's game day. How are you feeling about today?
Hopefully optimistic.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay on the positive side. It's all going to come down to action time. You know, when the game starts and we see how things start rolling, I'm really hoping to see Weaver with a lot of pressure. I think that's one thing we need to do is bring a lot of pressure in. Red, white, and Bills. Thank you. He's saying good luck today. Walker is out, which sucks for his fantasy, but good for us. We need this win. We need a win.
Oh, absolutely. I agree. And we have an advantage. We had a couple extra days off. You know, they played on Sunday. We played on Thursday.
And really, Bozier or whatever, he's out.
Mostert?
The rookie from receiver.
Malik Washington?
Well, he's still questionable, and so is Mostert. There was the other kid that played last week. I want to say shit. It starts with a B, his last name. Oh no, D. Dubose.
Yeah.
You know my old age shit. I can't remember shit. Yeah, he's out. He is definitely out. It was Mostert and Malik Washington, which was questionable. I don't know if I'd want them to play if they're questionable.
Well, it depends on what they're questionable for. You know,
yeah. I mean, they didn't practice hardly at all, or very limited practice. I don't think they practiced at all, really, all week. I would almost rather, next week is against. Who are we playing next week? Tennessee next week.
Tennessee Monday night.
Yeah, I'd rather see them be 100% for next week instead of bringing them in and taking the chance of them getting re-injured.
Well, unfortunately, that's football. There's always injuries.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I understand. I agree with you on that. Because Monday night we always have problems with Tennessee. Seems like at least the last 3 years, and prime time games are not one of our specialties.
Yeah.
Not by any means. Red, white, and Bills. I hope, honestly, in my honest opinion, I hope you guys lose today, but I wish you the best of luck. So Dolphin winners will be joining us soon. Yeah, I want to see some more consistency with this afternoon's game. I got some things I got to get done around the house before we go to the watch party and get set up.
Naughty boy.
Yeah, it's our first watch party. So if y'all are out there, you want to join us, the first watch party of the year. We're at Sports Bar in Brooksville, Florida. Game
In the back.
5.
Get back here. Good boy.
They want to ride up front with that granddad.
Yeah. This one always, he sits in the middle because he likes to see out the window. So
And he won't get
Yeah.
close.
They want to be up front with granddad and see where they're going.
you.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game. I want to see a lot more consistency than what we have seen. I want to see. Obviously today we need to do a lot of running, but we need to get some of those mid passes going down with the tight ends and stuff, and even a slot receiver if we have one playing.
Well, that's up to McDaniel. It's his game plan. So we'll see what happens.
Well, that's where I think you agree. We want to see his adaptability to be able to change and not try and force the same old plays over and over. I think people have already picked up a lot of that, and that's what's killing us, I think.
Well, I just say he doesn't seem to adapt well. I mean, we play Buffalo and they're running two high safeties and there's nothing in the middle, and then all of a sudden his game plan is dead. Well, that's what they're going to run against you, so game plan something different.
Yeah, and that's where bringing the tight ends would be ideal. And I think it was you who said, the Buffalo game, he just looked like a deer in the headlights. I mean, we got to see change. We got to see consistency in the game plan. But here he is, Mr. Dolphin Winters himself. How you doing, my brother?
What's up, Winters? How are you, brother?
Good morning. Good morning. What's going on?
Good morning, Jamie Reithart. Good morning, Papa Paul and John. It would be nice to see McDaniel show some counter moves and strategy in his play calling. He really seems to be a play designer and not a caller. Well, maybe they need to work on getting an offensive coordinator to do the calling instead of him.
I could definitely agree with that. He can design great plays, but he doesn't seem to call them all, the right ones at the right times.
I agree 100%. I mean, we've seen it firsthand. This is the third season. And I understand people supposed to have patience, but how much more patience are we supposed to have once, it seemed like the world start crashing down in our play calling?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I have a little more patience than most of you, only because I look at some of the coaches. Andy Reid was a good coach. They didn't consider him great for quite a few years because, he couldn't get past certain teams or he couldn't get certain things done. And then all of a sudden Philly goes to 4 straight NFC championship games and, the Super Bowl. And then he gets Kansas City and he gets the right pieces and all of a sudden he's amazing. But he wasn't always like that.
Not at all. Not at all.
Good morning, Vamos Gatos. He says Dolphins 24, Seahawks 20.
There you go.
I'll take a win no matter how ugly it is. I don't
agree.
care.
A win is a win.
A win is a win. We need a W.
Yes, we do.
Especially to stay afloat in the AFC East.
Yeah.
The last thing you need to do is go 1-2.
We had Sunday, Thursday, so I was down the whole week.
Like I said earlier, old Red, White, and Blues, I said, I really hope you lose, but I wish you good luck. Jamie Reithart saying he seems like he can't juggle things. The poor clock management and delays and calling plays. And remember when he said he didn't know they didn't get a first down in Buffalo.
And I'm like, we're never going to get out of here. Well, that's hard.
That arguably lost us our first playoff win.
Right.
So mute John for now.
Yeah.
So done talking. Yeah, I mean, he does seem a little lost and stuff. Back with us, Johnny?
We were in the opening.
He's busy. That's fine. Yeah, it's game day. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for our first watch party. I'm nervous about the game. And I just don't know what to say or where to go from there.
What's up, brother? My younger brother. Good morning, brother. How you doing?
Hey, Eric. How you doing? Let me see. Talk about something. I'm going to see if I can send him the link if he's got time.
Well, I mean, basically, right now, we're not in crisis mode, but in the same sense, though, what I will say is this is a definitely that we must.
By the time he got back out of the game, he's trying to do all the.
We need this W. So, yeah, we need this W, and we need this W bad, and it will show that we are still on the right path. You know, we have to get this W today and be 2-1. We go 1-2. It's not good. It doesn't matter when you have more losses in the column than wins. It's never good. So this to me is a game that we need for confident reasons. We need this for confidence. I mean, seriously. You know, we can't just go up there and lay an egg, and then we got Monday Night Football against the Titans the next week also. So it doesn't get any easier. You know, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Okay, I just sent your brother the link if he's interested.
Okay.
Wife's over here. Said the dog's the wife. Everybody's in the car.
Well, good morning, Matt Henry.
That's Roscoe. That's Duke. It's okay. You can say hi.
I don't know. I got 2 coffees in my hand. I'm sorry.
Let him do his thing.
Right.
Yeah, this is the best part of being a fan and believe. You know, we just gotta trust and believe that everything's been done right. You know, as far as the GM and everything else.
Yeah, I mean, right now, as fans, that's all we can do is just sit there and wait and see. I understand the anxiousness. I mean, definitely, I'm anxious also to see how the rest of this is going to play out without Tua being at the helm. But the games have to be played. We have to move on, and we have to sit there and get the cohesiveness that this team needs. Now, it's going to be a lot of questions answered in this game. I really believe so. Skylar Thompson, was you the quarterback of the future that they drafted 3 years ago? Do you have that same mojo back? I'm not worrying about the Buffalo game about a year and a half ago. I need the Skylar Thompson to see what the Skylar Thompson of now is going to be the one that's going to step up and sit there and say, you know what? we'll be fine. So, not just to show himself and his teammates, but to show the fan base also.
Yeah. It's I want to see, because what is it? It was, Tyler Huntington or Huntley.
Huntley.
Is the Huntley? Yeah, he's on the practice squad right now. So we got the other guy playing backup. And
Right.
We don't want to see anything go down with Skyler, really.
I mean, listen, the last thing that we want to see is anybody else get injured. Looks like maybe Paul might be sitting there playing today out there. So, because Armstead is going to is Armstead out? I think he's out, isn't he?
No, he's
looking to play.
He's looking to play, yeah.
Okay, but they're going to have Paul suited up and ready to go.
Oh yeah. The only ones there's only two that are questionable, and that's Mostert and Malik Washington.
I think honestly, if you want a healthy Mostert, you sit him this game.
Yeah, especially for because I told John earlier, prime time are not our best games, and we got a prime time Monday night game coming up against Tennessee, who the last 3 years have really taken us to the house.
That last game was our fault. We should have never let a team come back and beat us.
Oh no!
With less than 3 minutes left on the clock, we celebrated too fast, too quick, and we thought they was going to mail it in. And people got to stop understanding the way the NFL runs now. Less than 3 minutes on the clock is a lot of times, especially if you got the 2-minute warning, and especially if you have your timeout saved. That's an eternity.
I mean, at 2 minutes, it can be if you have your timeout and there's only 2 minutes left on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Dan Marino. I mean, yes, it's going back, but it's still an eternity.
Right.
Yeah, then they play prevent, which gives up big chunks of yardage.
Yeah.
Right.
Eric, I know we'll be fine. And you'll be fine, too. I'm sorry you've been up since 4 a.m., unless that was planned.
Just going to get the trash.
Yeah, it's all gonna work out for the best. One way or another, it will all work out for the best. QB management, run the rock, hit the play action, make your guys play and not think just play. All that Q shit is out the door. It's nut cutting time. Yeah, it needs to be.
If I cut out, it's because I'm at my house and it goes out for a minute.
No problem. So your son's right around the corner from you then.
Yeah, he's only 5 minutes down the road.
I
got one that lives like 5 minutes away and one that lives like 7 minutes away.
Well, at least you know they're close by if you need their help for anything.
Oh yeah, and then we can help them, like picking up the dogs, because
yeah,
the wife takes them to her parents' house because it hasn't sold yet, and they run around the backyard and play, and because they have a huge backyard. Take my coffee, please. But she still takes them over there to play until the house closes next month. So
that's nice. Yep, there he goes, switching over to his Wi-Fi. There you are.
Gotta be clean too.
So, I mean, how do you guys see today's game playing out? I mean, I know how we want to see it. How do you think it will happen?
That a lot of that depends on how mature Skyler has gotten and what he can do.
Agreed, 100%. I mean, I think we all are sitting here waiting to see we're gonna see if Skyler's full potential will be met today. I really, hopefully that we see that. Hopefully we'll see the development of this young man that we've had in our system. This is his 4th year, correct?
Third,
okay. But yeah, we need to see let's see if he still has it. Let's see if he has it. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
This is
Good
it.
morning, Joe Rist.
You're going to be in a very raucous environment. The 12th man is going to be there full effect, but I know we are being represented very well out there in Seattle. So, you know, our Dolphins definitely will be sitting there screaming and cheering for them. And I would expect nothing less. So, you know, let's go. Let's do it.
And John, Eric says that shirt is sharp.
Yeah.
I got this one from Caneswear when I was down in Florida for the week.
Yeah. Nice. I seen it. I was in there.
Hell, that looks like my kind of shirt, but I didn't bother going in.
Yeah, it's got 3 buttons in the front.
Yeah, it's like a Hawaiian type shirt almost.
Right.
Yeah, it's got and it's got the old logos on it, the original.
See, Hoffel says after 3 years on the bench, if Skyler isn't at least a decent backup, speaks volumes on the coaching staff.
Agreed.
Well, I can agree with that.
I agree with it for the most part, but at the same time, you know, I think it spoke volumes on the coaching staff when they brought in Robbie Chosen back, and the boy still hasn't learned the schemes.
Yeah. You know, well, they brought him back because of familiarity. They knew him. They figured he, hopefully he knows the system, and obviously he didn't.
Right.
Joe spent 30 days in Europe. I'm finally on my way back, and we'll watch a game from the Atlanta airport.
Man, I know that was a hell of an experience, Joe.
Yeah. Well, you have safe travels on your way back home, Joe.
Absolutely.
Where are you going to watch the game, John?
My house.
Okay. I didn't know if you went out
today and relax. And
yeah, I actually did that.
I'm not a big, not a big bar person. You know, if I know there's some fans somewhere and I can find them, I'll go.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I basically took Friday off. I didn't do much at all Friday. Yesterday, I had to go down to the in-laws and take care of their property somewhat, and do some things for them, which I do every week. But I'm ready for today. We're taking it easy this morning. Got a couple things I got to do around here before we start getting ready to go get set up for the watch party. Mr. Winters, how late you work until today?
I work till 7 o'clock, so I will make sure all my stuff is done by 4. I'll be watching the game. I'll be getting my dinner pots while I'm watching the game, so I'll be knocking them out at the same time, knocking out my floors, trash, and I'll be just sitting there watching the game. I'll either try to watch it on DoFu or I'll try to watch it on somebody's stream or something. But I'll be keeping my eyes out. Trust me. You know, I'll definitely be paying attention to the Facebook because I know people from the game like Bob Sampson and Chris Barker and a whole bunch of Miami Dolphins fans. We got Dave from the Dolphins of Mexico. Like, you know, they definitely representing. They're representing heavily up there. Definitely.
Oh yeah, a lot of the California folks are up there.
Mm-hmm.
Lewis and Ashley are up there.
Yes.
I'm laughing at Joe Risk because he goes, I'm significantly fatter. Hooked Up Joe. Good morning, Hooked Up Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Joe's hoping that Pam can stream on Twitch because he's had to travel to North Carolina.
Right.
Joe Risk said, went to the Real Madrid game last night. I believe that we will have a game in that stadium next year. We'd be eligible to host. It's our market, and Spain is confirmed to host a game.
Excuse me.
Oh, Real Madrid?
Yeah.
Mm.
Shit, we get a game in Spain. I'm going to Spain.
Dang. $4:25 Eastern Standard Time for myself and Papa Paul and John.
Yeah.
Yep.
And hooked up Joe Rist is on his way home from over in Europe, so they'll be watching it on the plane whatever time it comes up wherever he's located at on the plane. And the Atlanta airport between the two. Yeah, this is our furthest game away, so it's our longest travel period. I don't know when they went there, if they went in, on Monday or Tuesday or what. Hopefully they didn't just wait until like Thursday or Friday.
No, I'm sure they did. They wouldn't go that early.
Well, they like to adjust.
Yeah, I honestly don't know because Chris Barker wasn't there to post it. He normally gives us that information on when they're flying out and stuff. So if anybody out there knows when they left, let us know.
Joe Rest will be back in the U.S. in 5 hours, but he'd go back in a heartbeat, he said.
So here's one of the new puppies.
Oh.
And there's his brother.
Oh.
They're some kind of husky and blue heelers.
3/4 Klekai and 1/4 blue heeler.
Klekai and blue heeler.
That's going to be a very active dog.
Oh, they are.
Boy.
So what do we get? About 3 more dogs and then we'll be happy?
No, those two are James's. Those two are Pat's.
Okay. Well, you got a house full.
Yep. What did you do with the other receipt, huh? The one that was in the bag you took in Pat's house. Oh, okay.
You got tomorrow off, right, Winters?
Yeah, man. But I'll be getting up like I got to go to work and do some shopping and do some cleaning around the house. I might play some music on another app before we come on here at 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Hooked Up Joe says that they flew out on Friday.
Okay.
So with QB1 down, Eric's saying with QB1 down, what unit, offense or defense, will you guys rely on to seal the dub today?
The whole damn team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to take the whole damn team. We got to see a lot of run plays, but we got to see a lot of rotation of the runners, not using a Chan. You can't use a Chan the whole game like we did last time, really.
Absolutely, I agree.
Granted, he was the only guy performing, but there's got to be other things to do. I don't know why he's not utilizing these tight ends.
Well, part of the problem is when they are throwing to the tight ends, they're either not catching them or they're running the wrong routes or.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't even think of their names now. Jesus, I hate this shit.
Mike, Janu.
Smythe and
Julian Hill.
They dropped a few, yeah.
If the coach doesn't have confidence in him, he's not going to throw it their way.
Well, I mean, it wasn't like Smythe last year. He didn't really drop hardly anything last year, from what I remember. Not that he was targeted a whole lot, but when he was targeted, he didn't drop them. So, Janu, he just started getting used to catching the ball from Tua. Now he's got to go back to catching the ball from a righty instead of a lefty. And I'm just hoping I see some changes today that's going to work out in our favor.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think all of us feel the same way, Paul, for real.
Oh, I'm sure we do. Yeah. 9:31. We have 29 minutes. Going to play a quick commercial break.
What's up, y'all? This is Chef Jew. Looking for a great chef for your next catering party, private party, office party, etc. with welcome watering meals and desserts? Let Chef Jew Catering and Sweet Treats take care of it for you at an affordable price. Call me at 786-804-8096. Also, reach me at chefjewcatering@gmail.com. Direct message on Facebook and Instagram at Chef Juice Catering. Chef Juice Catering and Sweet Treats. Food with a passion. We do it all.
Chef Jew, South Florida, Miami-Dade area, and Palm Beach area. Look them up for some sweet treats and good food. Yeah, Scrappy saying we need to get DK Metcalf. We need a tall receiver who will fight for that ball. We don't need to get him. We just need to prevent him from doing anything.
We had Claypool last year, which was a nice tall receiver, and then when we try to utilize them, it just seemed like they did not have any cohesiveness or connection whatsoever with each other, meaning Tua and Claypool. So we did have a tall receiver already, and we've seen how that worked out. I do agree to a point. We do need somebody that's tall that should be able to jump up and go get the ball, but that's what you said earlier. That's what we got the tight ends for.
Eazy-E has been elevated to the team. He is not on. He's been elevated to play this week. So, I know Easy. I think that's one thing I think we're looking forward to. Eazy-E and Skylar Thompson's had a good rapport with each other, playing well with each other at times. So I'm hoping that will show up today.
Oh shit!
Yeah, this morning, folks, Mercury Morris has passed away. He passed away last night, at the age of 77. There was a statement that was put out by one of the family members. I posted it on my personal Facebook page. He will always be and forever a Miami Dolphin and a legend in the Miami Dolphins community and organization, and he will definitely be missed. So
I have a replica Lombardi trophy with his signature on it. Mm-hmm. It's got a little smudge on it, but I don't care.
Right.
And I've thought about putting that up before for a raffle prize, but not at this point now. No.
Right.
I've always loved Mercury Morris when he played. I mean, yeah. Scrappy saying he'd like to see Wright used more and help a Chan out. Worried Chan's going to get injured. Yeah, I think we all worry about that. Mercury Morris, great human being, great player. He's going to be missed dearly.
Yeah, Mercury was always cool to hang out with. Always talking to people, always happy, telling great stories about the team in the early 70s and stuff.
Wow. Yeah. That shocked me.
Yeah,
sorry.
I wasn't expecting that either. I saw the comment. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it hit me a little bit like when I was going through my phone this morning, and I actually was in a group chat. Fashad was the first one to let me know and let us know, and I said, "Is this confirmed?" He said, "Yes, this is confirmed." So, yes, it is definitely a shocker to us all.
And yes, hooked up Joe. He does have one of the coolest names, Mercury Morris.
Absolutely.
Is Mostert active or out? We won't know until right hour and a half before the game starts when the last time they can tell, he's questionable. So we won't know, but he's probably unlikely to play. We'll have to wait and see. No, I don't think Jeff Wilson's down. I mean, they didn't say nothing on the injury report about him being down. The only ones you had two questionables, which was Mostert and Malik Washington, and then the one that was out was Dubose. So those were the only three on the injury report that were listed as questionable or out. Yeah, Hooked Up Joe says, amazing to see a team with a longer injury list than ours. How often does that happen?
Not very.
I mean, I said that earlier in the week. We had 9 players total on the injury list, and they had 9 players that did not practice alone. And then all the other players they had. Yeah, Mostert and Malik, it says questionable. It doesn't say doubtful. It just says questionable. So it's a game time decision on those two, Joe. We'll have to wait and see. The Hanlon quote of the year, of the decade, wait and see.
All we can do as fans, wait and see.
Absolutely.
So how many grand fur babies you have now, John? Just the 4? Or?
4 dogs, a cat, a lizard, a bearded dragon.
Yeah, I have 3 grand fur babies, but I have actually 4 grand fur babies, but I have 5 fur babies of my own.
Yeah, we don't actually have any fur babies that are ours. They all belong to the boys. So, and then my daughter has 3 dogs, but they're all in Missouri. So my son has one at his house. My other son that lives like 7 minutes away. So yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, our grand fur babies never come up here because our dogs wouldn't like it too much.
Well, the 2 big ones, they lived here until Pat moved it almost a year ago, and they were his, so he took them with him. And then James just came home with the 2 puppies a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. So
I remember you talking about that.
So, yep. And then we have, I couldn't tell you how many feral cats outside my wife takes care of. She's got cat food out there. She's got bird feeders all over the place to feed the birds. And
you mean bird feeders to make the birds fat and the cats get fed?
I don't see any of these cats catching the birds. We don't find any dead birds. So,
well, it's funny, believe it or not. When I was out in Texas, we had a chicken coop there and stuff, and a bird got in the chicken coop. Well, we had a cat that was a barn cat, actually was able to reach in and catch that bird in the chicken coop from the outside. Don't ask me how he done it, but he killed that bird. Yeah, if it wasn't for that, I don't think we would have ever found the carcass anyway. Cats can be amazing. I won't forget, we had a cat one time. My middle daughter woke up screaming, go running in there and find out what's happening. And the cat is playing with a dead bird on top of her.
Brought her a present.
Yeah, well, the cats always bring their owners presents, whether it's birds or something. That same cat ended up bringing a live mole into the house one time. And that's a tough task in its own, getting a mole, at the hole and getting it out. But yeah, animals are funny, and of course, I hope our team become animals and win this game today.
Well, this game's either going to answer a lot of questions or create a lot of questions.
Yeah, I agree. Captain Life says Armstead shoulder knee was removed from the injury report and will play in today's game.
The question mark is how long?
How
That's going to be
long?
the question
Yes.
mark. That's going to be the major question mark. How long will he be available? And I would say limited snaps with him. They're going to keep an eye out on that injury and stuff. So, I mean, we'll see. Because the last thing you need is to put a Patrick Paul out there, rookie first head start into a stadium like that where it's going to be loud, and they're going to have solid counts. You're going to have solid counts in that stadium because it's going to be hard to hear anything in that stadium.
Yeah, and it's Skylar's blindside.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as Hooked Up Joe says, Armstead should have started the season wearing braces on both shoulders and both knees. Don't know how much that will help, but I mean, yeah. Cap for life, Jerome Baker, Seattle Seahawks primary logo seal linebacker. Seahawks linebacker Jerome Baker hamstring is doubtful to play in week 3 against the Dolphins. That could be good news for us because Baker wants to show us what they did by missing out on. Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker, third oblique, is doubtful to play in today's game. So there's a lot. Seahawks linebacker Bay Maffey knee is questionable to play in today's game. Good morning, Ryan AP. No linebackers for Seattle. Use Janu.
I agree.
Well, yeah. And Scrappy saying he's hoped we see Mosher come back heavy this year, not just because of my fantasy, but because I want to see him have another good year. Yeah, it'd be nice to see him have another good year. Be nice to see all of our guys have a good year.
Agreed.
But right now, for Waddle and Hill, it's not a very good year, really.
Well, when you don't have anybody to distribute the football, that's what it looks like. And let's keep it 100. The only huge play that we've had is that 80-yard touchdown against Jacksonville the other week. So right now, we have to find a way. McDaniel needs to find a way to sit there and utilize his speedy wide receivers out there, along with the tight ends, along with the running backs. He has to find a way to have a balanced attack. Especially with Scholar at the helm.
Ryan saying, anyone else notice we only go as far as Mostert takes us?
Well, I mean, no, because Chan had a great game week 2, but the problem was couldn't throw the ball anywhere. So
yeah,
even if Mostert was running the ball and he did as well as Chan, or he did most of the work instead of Chan, it wouldn't have mattered. We couldn't move the ball in the air.
And we were playing catch up the whole game.
And I agree with Hooked Up Joe. I like the concept of good rotation for the running back position, time to see it in action and not kill a Chan or any guy, hot hand or not.
The biggest problem is we still don't have that bruising running back that can just go in there and pound the ball.
And, well, Jeff Wilson's the closest thing we got to something like that. No, Joe, no one knows exactly what is wrong with OBJ.
Well, we'll find out after the Monday night game because that's week 4. So we'll see if they activate him or not.
The next activation would be that week 5 against the Patriots at New England. So that should be interesting to see.
Going to be very interesting to see. AP Ryan, OBJ tied to Diddy investigation.
Oh God! Oh my gosh! Well, you got about 300 executives that's tied to that, and they've been stepping down left and right ever since. So,
oh really?
Oh yeah, it's been like literally over 300 executive CEOs and everything that used to attend Diddy parties, and they've all been stepping down. Now, I'm not going to hypothetically say that OBJ has anything to do with anything like that or whatever, but I will say this: there are some athletes also that were connected. So we'll find out who's on that list soon enough.
Yeah. Diddy, I think, is one who's going to turn in everybody's names to keep himself out.
Well, it's too late for him. He's going to be locked up. Thing about is hide your baby oil. That's all I need to. That's all I need to say. That's it. Straight up.
Yeah,
I saw a meme yesterday. Diddy was sharing a cell with R. Kelly.
Oh my God.
AP Ryan said Jay-Z left the country already.
Yeah.
Shake Money, good morning, my brother.
What's up, Jake?
What's up, Shake?
He's asking, is Stephen Ross connected?
Oh shit.
Yeah. Shake Money's off of Wilkins now and onto Ross.
Well, I still say we need to start a GoFundMe page for the fans to become ownerships of the Dolphins.
You ain't raising that kind of money on GoFundMe.
It would take a few hundred years, I know.
Yeah.
You're gonna need a GoFundMe, a whole bunch of cakes, pies, lemonade, sodas, water, candy, whatever you trying to sell. It's gonna take a lot of that and then some to get that type of money.
The only way you're getting that type of money is to get in bed with Diddy.
Oh no.
Or win a huge lottery.
Hey,
Cap for life. We did mention rest in peace for Mercury Morris earlier.
Yes, definitely.
Jack Siegel, thank you for joining us. He's saying 27-17 Miami over Seahawks. That would be sweet.
Yeah, it would.
I think it's going to be a lot closer game, and I'm thinking, if anything, something like a 17-14 or 22-21 is what I was saying earlier. Scrappy says 24-21 Miami.
Right.
John and I were thinking kind of the same way. A lot of field goals.
Yep.
I hope. I really do. I hope, honestly, that it is a lot of field goals, that our defense can keep them out the end zone. I mean, DK Metcalf is a monster. Lockhart is a monster. There's a lot of monsters over there on that Seattle squad on offense and defense. So it's gonna be a barn burner.
Hooked Up Joe says 27-21. Good morning, Mudbone. No, I think like John, we're saying 5 field goals and a touchdown for us, which gives us 22. And maybe make it 22-20 where Seattle only gets 2 field goals and 2 touchdowns.
Hey, well, my whole thing is we need to be on the plus side and we need to be in the lead of this game. I don't think we want to play catch up with the Seattle Seahawks.
It's not nice to play catch up with any team, really.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's especially hard in Seattle because once you're behind, that crowd gets going and you can't hear a damn thing.
Absolutely.
I've never been there, so I can't really say. Shake saying 28-17. Hey, that would be definitely lovely. And Lisa and Shake, Lisa saying must silence the 12th man.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Scrappy's been there before. He says it's loud. He lives in Oregon and he's been there.
Right.
Well, they say it's one of the loudest stadiums out there.
Mm-hmm.
We got to silence the 12th man, like they say. What's the weather like up there for you guys today?
Gloomy.
The sun finally came out now. It's been, overcast, but it's probably in the mid to high 60s right now. Supposed to get into like the 70s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're getting first day of fall, correct?
Yeah, well, it already did. 8:54 this morning or something. It switched from summer to fall.
Yep.
Well,
I like
it'll still be another month or so before we see fall weather down here.
You don't have fall weather.
Thank you. I was about to say that. They got like a semi-spring. I call it summer, semi-spring, spring, back to summer. That's exactly what Florida weather is.
Well, for them, as soon as it hits 69, it's fall.
Oh my God!
That's right.
By the time it hits 60, they got the winter coats out.
Oh, absolutely.
That's right.
Long
Yes.
pants, winter coats, gloves, hats, hoodies.
Yep, you know it. That's right. I'm not going to argue with that. I'll agree with you 100% on that.
It's in the 60s here. I'm still wearing shorts and a light collared shirt.
Oh, dude, I mean, listen, I love the little chill in the air in the morning. I love that. We need that little chill. I love it.
Shake says the groundhog saw his shadows, so now we have 6 more weeks of summer. AP Ryan saying the Seahawks play the 49ers twice a year. They are very familiar with our offensive scheme. Well, that's where McDaniels has to become adaptable and make some changes.
Agreed.
Mudbone says the coaches must silence McStubborn. LOL. We need a coach, not a play designer. He's one of the weak links.
Yeah, at certain times I do agree.
Agreed. I agree.
I've said it for over a year and a half now. He's great at designing the plays. I don't think he's that good at calling them sometimes, and I think sometimes he just gets overwhelmed. He needs to design them, but let somebody else call them.
Well, I agree with Scrappy right here. McDaniels uses the tight ends, and it will get Seattle confused. I think he's 100% correct right there. Because in the 2 years and 2 games, we haven't really used the tight ends at all.
Right. All hands on deck. That's how I look at this game. He needs to switch it up. I'm like this. I don't care who gets the ball. All I need is some 6 points, and we need our special teams to be on point. Jason Sanders has got to be big for us today, especially in a hostile environment. We're going to probably count on him a lot if we can't get this offense moving. The running game is definitely the key if the passing game is not there. Listen, gentlemen, the game plan was set on how to beat the Miami Dolphins, so I wouldn't be surprised they do a version of their 2 high safeties or 2 high shell type defense over there in Seattle. So, listen, we got to find a way to beat it, and we have to find a way to overcome it. That's what it comes down to.
Joe Rist, 16-10, Finn, Skyler will max out at like 160 yards. That's fine with me as long as we win.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's 3-0, as long as we win.
Listen, if Skyler can throw over 160 and we run for 160 with the running backs and we win, I don't care.
I'll say this, and I know we got like 5 minutes left. I say Skylar goes 22 for 35, 210 to 225 range. I think we do have a 100-yard rusher today against that Seattle defense. Probably be between Achan and what's the name? I wouldn't be surprised we get some Jeff Wilson also. So and they might mix it up and use Janu as a hybrid running back / tight end today. We don't know what this game plan is going to look like today. All I know is we need efficiency, consistency, and balance. This is it. Like McDaniel, you got the extension for a reason. You got Ross has faith in you. Like this is what it is. So I want to see this team succeed. Doesn't matter who's under the helm of quarterback. I want to see this team get back on track and back in the winning column like everybody else does.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Man, if they can win this one, that could go a long way coming into the next 3 games for confidence.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, most definitely, yeah.
This is a confidence builder right here.
And today, Shake is a Skywalker.
Okay, Skywalker.
Lisa says, let's shock the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, Scrappy says, me too, Shake. I've never been a Skyler fan, but today I'm all in. Yeah, he's our quarterback, so he should have all our support.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any last words, John?
Nope. Hoping tomorrow at 5 o'clock. I don't know if I'll be on because of work, but if I am, I'm hoping we're talking about a big W. So
I agree. I don't
care. 1.5 points, 14 points, doesn't matter. Just get the W.
I agree, John. You could have said it any better, brother. I just want to thank all the people that tuned in and watched us this morning. And like John said, don't forget to tune in tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully we'll be talking about Victory Monday for our Miami Dolphins at 5 p.m. You know, we have our brother Papa Paul, John O'Hallen, Ethan Steep, Tom O'Gara, Pamela Dolphin, Crazy Dolphin, and yours truly. And let's go Dolphins, man. Peace, love, fins up, everybody. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, thank you, everyone on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Huddle Sports Network.
Yep. Peace, love, and fins up, all.
Peace, love, and fins up, everybody. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Let's go
This
Dolphins.
is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.